Welcome, everybody. I was watching the end of my last stream just to try to find out, remember where I left off, because it's been a while. I can tell you where I left off in the missions, because that's a mission that I'm going to be doing today. But a lot has happened, man. I think sometimes I sound really sad. I am not that sad of a person. I don't know what was going on with me. Maybe I was just tired. That's always a possibility. Which I think that was a pretty late stream, so maybe that was it. Maybe I was just depressed. I didn't win anything during Fleet Week. Though, speaking of which, I actually did win something, which I was pretty excited about. I got one of the best ships in the game. Um, one on General Washington's stream, which I was really thankful for. But I got myself a Bozeman, a very, very beautiful, wonderful Bozeman. So I currently have the Fleet Bozeman. Now, I was kind of going through. A lot of people are going to be flying the Bozeman because of all the stuff that was given away. But this is not my preferred design. I actually can't do the preferred design because I need the legendary Miranda to do it. Um, and if you're wondering what that means, just look at my screenshot for the video, and you'll see exactly what I mean. But yeah, but still, I got a Bozeman, and on this account, it's amazing because it's a really good ship worth flying. It's a 5-3, nice. That's a plus. Only has a total of 4 tactical slots if you count the universal. That's okay. I mean, I'm not going to win any DPS races, but I'm not going to go in any DPS races, at least not anytime soon. With the free slot, I got the Batwing, what I like to call it. I think it's the fleet or the coal. I think that's the Kohler. It's the a Romulan ship for the Temporal Destroyers pack. I got the Romulan one because I don't really have a ship for my a good Romulan ship for my one Delta Romulan recruit, and so I'm just gonna use that one. I'm just trying to I don't even think it's on here. It's yeah, the Kohler, I guess you would call it. I got that, so I can. Main reason why I got that is so I can get the ship trait for it from it, which is heart of blah blah blah. It changes from background to background, so like the Klingon one is Heart of Quanos, which this one gives bonus firing haste and phaser damage. The Heart of Quanos gives like firing haste and disruptor damage, and there's one for Romulans and there's one for Dominion. Just doing their choice damage types. So it does require either temporal operative ability or attack pattern beta. I do use attack pattern beta, so that won't be a problem. It would be better if I had both temporal operative abilities and that. This is a Intel ship, so it probably will never be on this ship. But the other bonus of this is that it basically has 4 universal bridge officer slots, and then a commander engineer, which just means you want to do it, you can do it. You can build as you see fit, and it just makes it really good and flexible. This was, I might actually just sell that. This is something I just gotten today during the event. But yeah. So I got that ship. It's helped me start collecting up on some ships to do the Admiralties. So I haven't really paid attention to the Admiralties a whole lot. I'll be honest with you, Admiralties and the duty officer stuff probably not my favorite thing to do in the world. I do them to complete them, but yeah. But I'm up in the 90 some ships. I think that includes a lot of the let's pull. I think I have 6 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and then so 90, and then how many more of the random stuff is on here. So I probably have somewhere around, I don't know. That's actually a wonderful question. I probably have a lot of the random rolls. But yeah, so I spent the 2 fleets to get a couple fleet ships. I got the of course the fleet Suez, which is the one I'm flying. I got the fleet Olympic because you know it's nice to have another science ship. And then I got the fleet battle cruiser. I might fly the battle cruiser. The problem with the battle cruiser, it's probably not my favorite seating. Because it's just about the same as this. It just says that random universal lieutenant commander and an instant tactical. I'd rather that instant tactical be an instant instant engineering, but it's doable. This is also intel, though. I was looking, in order to do it, I actually a decent intel bill because I started working on my science ships on my other account. In order to have a decent intel ship, you actually need a commander intel slot, which it doesn't have the actual Bozeman there. I actually spent one of the upgrade slots on this ship because it's probably going to be one of the ships I'm going to level up with on a lot of characters. Because I have this and I have this. And it just really depends on which one I wanted to, if I want a 5-3 or a 4, 5-3 or a 4-4. The thing about 5-3s, I believe at level 10, a 5-3 is a 4-2. The big problem here is, I think it's 2-1-1 here. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on this. The amount of total console slots determines how many console slots it has at level 10. So yeah, I'll have to search on that. One of these days I'll make a video on ship traits, or not ship traits, but ship tiers, and how the T6 compares to it. But yeah, with that all being said, I am actually going to try to do surface tension. I'm assuming this mission is going to take about 2 hours just because of all the stuff that happens in it, but won't know for sure until we get started. So time to deal with the new Dyson Sphere. Let's figure out what we're going to do about it. Loading up, loading up, loading up. Well, thank you, person who showed up for 4 seconds. Oh, nope, you're still here. Hello, new person.
We are fighting a war on multiple fronts. We have to consider the Borg, the Undine, and the Romulans, as well as the Klingons.
I see now my deception has been exposed. Starfleet has lost too many ships and too many good men and women to a fight we now know was caused by Iconian Undine influence.
Is that
An Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
Into the gateway, now!
Are all those markers Iconian gateways?
Sir, we've been scanning the gateway. The monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. We are within the Solar Dyson sphere, a spherical structure built around a star.
We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space.
It now appears that the Genolan sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Solanae and moved to this location.
You're not Cooper.
We will repel the Undine and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat. The Undine are a threat to us all. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy.
And now the continuation.
Oh, that is the first time I've seen a date.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. I will admit that I did not expect to be here with Voyager again. It is agreeable. Thank you for agreeing to attend this conference and supporting my position on the Undine. However, reaching a consensus today will be difficult. Many different agendas will be represented here today. I will speak to you in person shortly. Tuvok out.
Welcome to the Genolan Dyson sphere. Please beam down to these coordinates.
Alright, I need to check my settings because this game is not loud at all. And I wondered, did I mute something? Or I wonder if it was... Oops. Well, that's just about where I normally is. Apparently I was on the ground during that cutscene because I clicked in, I accidentally shot and set off one of my... set off my armor. Does that say voice? Applies to NPCs. Okay. All right.
Good to see you. I'd say you're right on time, but it looks like everyone else wants to be fashionably late. We're still finishing preparations for the conference, and Admiral Tuvok is already there. The Klingon and Romulan delegates will arrive soon, so we should head inside as soon as you're ready.
Lead on, Captain. Almost seems like a quiet walk of shame. Game has locked up. Did I crash? Did the... Yep. I just crashed. Perfect. Alright. Let me get the game back up. Maybe I'm not going to finish this mission. Maybe I'm just switching back over to my main character and continue unlocking ship traits. Alright. We shall try this again. Alright. Oh, am I? Okay. Popped me back into the mission. Perfect.
Thank you for joining us here. We need assistance with preparations for the conference. The Romulan and Klingon delegations are still in private deliberations, but other delegates are arriving. Several preliminary tasks remain before we can begin the presentation. Your support in this matter would be appreciated.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Go to the projectors.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Go to the Klingon delegation.
Where do you want me posted, sir?
Go to the Romulan delegation. So wait for that to update. Wait for them to report in. All right. Perfect.
This Cardassian thug is trying to push Bajor out of this conference. We have as much of a right to be represented here as any other world, more than the Cardassians. They're not even part of the Federation or the Klingon Empire.
Please remain calm. What's the basis of this dispute?
I simply inquired about the ambassador's presence at the conference. After all, Bajor is a member of the Federation. Ambassador Sugihara is capable of representing them, along with the Deltans, Andorians, Vulcans, and everyone else, even the Tellarites. Though I suspect they'd argue that point rather robustly.
That's an unfair characterization. The Bajorans have a gateway to the Gamma Quadrant for their space, in their space for decades. We value their experience and their opinion.
Indeed. One wonders it would have fared if Deep Space Nine was of Bajoran manufacture rather than Cardassian. The Federation's track record on wormhole security is far from ideal. One only needs to consider the multiple Dominion occupations of the station for proof of that point.
This is a distraction for a larger issue at hand. The problem represented here is larger than a single world or a single wormhole.
The Federation has never made a policy of preventing member worlds from overseeing their own interests in conjunction with Federation efforts. Or is Bajor going to be treated differently than other member worlds?
We can't have an open and honest conference unless all parties are willing to engage in meaningful dialogue without shutting out other members of the galactic community. Neither Bajor or Cardassia should be excluded.
Well said. Perhaps there's hope for this conference yet. I'm quite willing to put this disagreement behind us in the interest of the bigger picture.
Thank you, Counselor.
The preliminary tasks are complete. You should speak with Admiral Tuvok again.
Thank you for your assistance. Please take the opportunity to speak with the various delegates. Having an understanding of the positions of each representative will facilitate more effective negotiations.
Hey, Cryptic, can we get playable Zindi race? Or is there a playable Zindi race? I haven't been paying attention. Let's see. Is it personnel? Species? Nope. No playable Zindis.
The Zindi are here to support Admiral Tuvok's call for cooperation. We know what tragedies befall a people who are being manipulated by outsiders, as we once were. The Undine's lies and manipulation remind us of the Sphere Builders, whose deceptions led us to make one of the greatest mistakes in our history. There are 5 races on my world. We all know reaching a consensus can be difficult, but the Zindi are living proof that if we put aside animosity, our differences can make us stronger.
Thank you.
The Federation's position is quite clear. We believe the only way to safeguard the future of the Alpha and Beta Quadrants is for all the galactic powers to behave as reasonable entities and work together to oppose those who would threaten our worlds. It doesn't matter if that threat comes from the Undine, the Borg, or the Iconians. The response is the same.
That was unexpectedly brief. Thank you, Ambassador.
I sincerely hope that the Federation is not wasting our time here. If your presentation is to explain the threat posed by the Undine, let me spare you the effort. The Klingon Empire has been aware of this threat for quite some time now.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you for the invitation. Starfleet certainly knows how to organize their meetings on a grand scale. I trust that the Republic will be able to take a leadership role in studying this sphere. The extensive knowledge we've gained from the Solanae sphere should give us an advantage here. And, after all, the gateway that leads to both of these spheres is in Republic space.
That's not the only thing we need to decide here. What about the Undine?
Yes, the Undine. Very interesting. My security advisors have been looking over the data, and we are all very curious to hear what you and Admiral Tuvok have to say on the matter.
Thank you for your attending, Pro-Council. Please take position at the podium.
You've spoken with representatives of all of the delegations. You should return to Admiral Tuvok.
We are almost ready to begin. Will you complete the final preparations for the conference while I speak to Captain Sean? After that, your assistance in encouraging everyone to take their seats would be appreciated.
Understand. I'll finish the preparations and direct people to take their seats. Hi, by the way. Probably should be in more fanciful clothing.
Ah, it seems the time has come at last. Thank you for the reminder.
You're welcome, counselor.
I was just going. Don't rush me.
Thank you for taking your seats.
Oh, yes, I will take my seat.
Thank you. Walking around with a gun. I don't even know why my gun is out. There is like a button to make you put your gun away. I don't remember what it is though.
I suppose we can begin.
Thank you for taking your seat.
You can start the presentation from the control console.
The Undine represent a clear and present danger to not only the Federation, but also the Klingon Empire and Romulan Republic. The damage done here by a mere handful of ships is clear evidence for the need for cooperation.
With respect, Admiral, the Romulan Republic is quite capable of leading exploration and security measures here, just as we have led efforts to secure the Solanae sphere. My militia...
I find it interesting that the Federation suddenly has concerns about the Undine now. Where was the Federation when the Empire discovered Undine infiltrators in the Alpha Quadrant? Or is the Federation only interested now the Undine threatens something you want?
Oh, am I gonna crash again?
Given the exceptionally complicated nature of such...
What the heck is going on?
Given what we now know,